Greetings, true friends. I am back once again with another book review. This time, however, it's not going to be a review about the Wheel of Time series. I took a break from Wheel of Time for a brief moment because I wanted to delve into some other books, specifically a book that my best friend Shelby gave to me recently for my birthday. And that book in question is Dauntless by Mr. Marcus Follin, aka the Golden One, aka Latsbra, a name that always lives on in our hearts, although he has since transcended that title to become the glorious lion, the Golden One. Now, Dauntless is essentially, as it describes itself below its title, it's subtitled, a handbook for the quest for enlightenment and glory. And that's very much what it is. Also, I should note the passage from the Havamal, the Norse Havamal, on the back of it. Classic, cattle die, kinsmen die. And so one dies oneself. One thing I know that never dies, the fame of a dead man's deeds. Ubiquitous passage, probably the most famous passage of the Havamal. It's a great passage, it always rings true. It helps ground somebody in the metaphysical struggle. And that's really what this book is all about. It's all about the metaphysical struggle in all of its facets. And it's a great book. I mean, the beginning of it, I like it because the beginning of it really it starts off kind of laying out some foundational principles. And then Marcus goes immediately into training, which is great because that's the foundation of his YouTube channel. The reason that he became famous in the first place was his YouTube channel where he would talk about training. And he was always he has always been big on training and nutrition and physical fitness and everything that's involved in. And so he sort of he launches into the beginning of the book is essentially like, hey, the world sucks. You need to start training. And then he just immediately goes into that. And then later on, like much further down the line, he kind of starts getting into some other recommendations beyond training, cultural recommendations, that sort of thing. And then slowly but surely, it kind of dips into philosophy and religion and philosophy, things like that. And then he kind of saves the more hardcore political messages for later, kind of. I don't know. Much of it it's very much a discussion of his principles, and it's kind of like a 101 on these sorts of ideas, sorts of capital T traditionalist kind of notions that we like to talk about around here and elsewhere. Ideas that are critical of the modern age. And that's what the essence of this book is. So what I will say is that while much of this wasn't new information for me, it wasn't like this was new, enlightening information. I've already partaken in this information because I've been following Marcus on YouTube since I think he started, basically, so many years ago. So it's not necessarily new information, but it's great information, and it's really well packaged and presented, I think. It's very succinct. Marcus does not necessarily take a lot of time getting to his points. His points are laid out very well, and they're very well written and articulated. And then I think you can take his points and move forward in helping other people with them. So I appreciate it for that regard, because he kind of arms you with good information and stuff. But a lot of it was obviously pretty much all of it was information I already knew, but it's cool because it was presented in a nice format. And I would recommend this for anybody who is interested, feeling that malaise, that the modern world brings about in people. I would recommend if people are looking for meaning, obviously particularly people from the Western world, but arguably people from all over. It's just, of course, Marcus's primary focus is people in the Western world who are uniquely struggling with the malaise of the modern world. Other people who have their ties to traditional cultures and identities and stuff, they don't really have to worry about this. Although it keeps getting worse, obviously, because the encroaching forces of the modernity spread everywhere. And eventually everybody is a victim of the vile evil that is spread by modernity and all of the ideologies that go along with it. So it's nice that we have a handbook here for people to read, to arm themselves with information in order to strengthen their body and their hearts, their spirits, their wills, and they can charge through and deal with these very dark times in which we live, because we do live in dark and rough times. So all in all, Dauntless, phenomenal book. Great, love it. Highly recommend it. It's an awesome 101, and I think a lot of people could find meaning in their lives through this book. And it's not even a very long book. It's a very short book, and it's well presented. You know, it's easy. So I wanted to take my time to give a review of that and just put it out there. Not that I am some famous person that has phenomenal opinions and everybody listens to me, but I wanted to just throw my 2 cents into the ring and say that people should read this book because it's very good. So that's all. Thank you all for watching / listening, and I hope you're doing well. Take care.